Missouri Senator Josh Hawley on the Judiciary Committee, also on the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, Energy, Natural Resources, and Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committees. The busiest man on Capitol Hill today. Let's just break this down. If you're trying to keep a former president off the ballot, how is it not political? He hasn't been charged, convicted of anything that they are charging him with.
Yeah, it's 100% political, Harris, and this is nothing but election interference by Democrats who don't want voters to vote. Think about what they're saying here. They're telling voters, we don't want you to have the choice. We don't want you to be able to elect the president of your choice. We don't want you to even be able to weigh the options. We're going to take it away from you. We're going to decide beforehand who can be on the ballot, who can't, who can be president, who can't. It is totally, radically unconstitutional.
Well, and at the same time, you have these states telling their constituents that, but you also have it catching on even more across the country. What is driving that? I mean, are all these people getting together on the phone, on Zoom, and saying, yeah, well, if we build a firewall, he won't be on the ballot anywhere?
Yeah, I just think they see what each other are doing, and they believe this stuff, Harris. They believe that they have the right to tell voters they cannot choose who the next president is. They believe that they have the right to say, you know what? He shouldn't even be on the ballot, even though he qualifies under all of the relevant rules. Let's be clear about this. The Constitution gives absolutely no justification for any court or official to kick Donald Trump off the ballot. None whatsoever. He hasn't been charged with insurrection.
Exactly.
He hasn't been found guilty of insurrection. The Senate acquitted him of incitement, which is the closest thing. He was acquitted of that. This is nothing but a brazen attempt to shut down democracy.
Well, Trump's vice president speculation is growing after his victory in New Hampshire, and names being floated include his former challengers, Governors Ron DeSantis, Doug Burgum, Senator Tim Scott, Vivek Ramaswamy, and now Congresswoman Elise Stefanik and Carrie Lake in Arizona, and even possibly former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Voters share their thoughts on those top running mates if Trump is elected. Watch.
Elise Stefanik.
As long as it's somebody that supports the main person, that's the most important.
It has to be definitely someone younger, a lot younger, because he's old, Biden's old, the number two is really important in this election.
One Republican strategist said whoever he picks will be the front runner for 2028, so it is not an inconsequential choice. Senator.
Well, listen, I don't have any advice to give him, Harris, other than to say that I hope that he continues to run a strong campaign focused on beating Joe Biden and focused on doing what the American people want, which is shutting down this border, protecting us from the inflow of drugs, from the crime, from the cartels, focused on getting our jobs back in this country. Joe Biden's whole policy has been to make China rich and America poor. Donald Trump knows how to turn that around, and I think he's going to run a campaign focused on it. I think he's going to win.
So it's interesting. A little while ago, I doubt that you were able to watch because you're working on all those committees, but we were talking about another way that the Biden administration's policies are going to make China rich, and that is the EVs and the batteries that go in them, so on and so forth. And that's a big push from the current president this week.